On my recipe, I've got that we saute the onions, but we're doing a lot of barbecue work today, so I was wondering if you could cut this for me into eighths. And
I can.
You have one of those great gizmos that fit on the barbecue
I do.
To grill that?
Saves it from burning.
For sure. And
you're going to
had I used a white onion to do that, when it comes off the barbecue, it would sort of come off and you have these great bar marks.
That's right.
But
the red has a little more flavor for you, doesn't it, Ralph?
And it looks a little nicer, too.
Sure does. Great.
So I'm going to I've already pre-barbecued some of the onion, as you can see.
I see that.
So I'm going to take a little of this and, without taking off too many digits.
I've got this around 450, Ralph. Is that where you'd like it?
That would be fine.
Looks nice.
So I'm doing a little onion, a little garlic here that I did the same way. I put the garlic on the barbecue, too. It sort of roasted it on the barbecue a little bit.
Nice. Whole garlic that you're roasting.
Whole garlic.
That's nice. Good. What a difference in the taste once you roast the garlic, isn't it?
All those flavors that are inside there. If you could crack me an egg in there. And,
I can.
And sort of...
We're using the whole egg or just the white? Or?
The whole egg. We're using this as a dressing inside the pork tenderloin.
Oh, terrific.
And it holds it together a little better.
Right.
So... And
cool little whisk.
Yeah.
A flat whisk. I like it.
And the balls on the end, it sort of makes sure that things don't catch on the bottom.
Very good.
This is that onion and garlic mix.
Terrific. How did you do that so quickly with my... Oh, never mind.
It's the wonders of TV. We know how talented you are, man.
Oh, yeah. I haven't spilled anything yet anyway, Ralph.
No.
Are you proud of me?
So far.
So far, so good. This would be a nice little omelet, wouldn't it? Ooh.
Okay, we're going to add... Now, my recipe calls for white breadcrumbs, but this is just white French bread that I put through the Cuisinart. So a cup, and this holds more than a cup, so
all right,
more than we need.
So let's not put it all in. That's a good idea.
Now, it also calls for fresh rosemary. If you don't have fresh rosemary, don't use dry.
Okay.
Dry is like twigs. It's going to be like twigs in there.
Now, you mean just for this recipe? You're quite happy with dry rosemary and other recipes?
Yes.
Just for this recipe?
Where they have time to reconstitute and sort of soften up a little bit.
Terrific.
So I've used fresh rosemary, and the other thing is, there's quite a thick stem.
Show us how you do that.
So I pick off all the little leaves.
Okay.
And then I leave the stem, because I don't want this bit.
My wife taught me to do it like this, Ralph. She goes,
see, your wife is smarter than I am.
See that? You just pull it off like that.
That's fine. Your wife is smarter than I am.
It's cute.
You want to do it chop it pretty fine, so.
Okay.
And we're looking for a spoonful.
Look at how it changes color too, Ralph.
Well, it oxidizes. I chopped that earlier on this morning, so.
It ever smell nice.
Oxidizes a little bit.
Would you like the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Thanks. Great.
Parsley.
Thank you.
Perfectly chopped.
Rosemary and thyme.
Small currants.
Great.
And some fresh chopped mango.
Ooh, this sounds lovely.
A little more than we need, so you don't have to put it all in.
Okay, sir. Announce that.
We're gonna put this into a pork tenderloin. Now, when you get a pork tenderloin, you'll find that, as you know, a lot of the time I've taken most of it off, but you have this silver
skin,
and just to put a knife blade underneath, and
beef has the same quality,
and take it off. And if you miss any, it doesn't really matter. We just try and get most of it off. This of the white is just white white fat,
right?
Which is fine. So
So you've taken that and you've opened it up, butterflied it.
I butterflied it.
Right.
And then
I've just
taken one of the knives and I've just sort of flattened it out a little bit. Okay.
Can you do that to my belly, do you think, Ralph? Could we flatten that out a bit with a... You haven't got a big enough knife,
we should have a separate show for that.
I had a bigger knife. All right.
So we're going to take some of this.
I'm going to check
dressing,
my onion, okay?
If you would, please.
How's that looking?
I'm glad you said that, because I'd forgotten it was on there.
See? Stick with me, Ralph. Give them a little turn. They look nice, Ralph.
That's a great gizmo.
Yeah, this is a great little grill basket, isn't it? You can see the perforated holes, so you can get the heat through it, and get moisture in, and it's a great little idea.
It works really well. When I do it on the bars, it all sort of falls through, so yeah, a big improvement.
Saves that, that's for sure.
So what I'm going to do now is I put some of the stuffing in.
Right.
I'm going to wrap it. Now, this is a metal, actually it's a metal rod from a whisk,
right.
A metal skewer. String will burn, obviously, and we're going to leave this on for 15 minutes. So a wooden one would char and burn,
Oh, neat way to do that,
And
Ralph.
this sort of bends around a little bit.
Terrific. That's
and
a
it works
great idea.
really, really well.
It does. And you don't really need it after a couple of minutes because the meat will hold itself
That's
together,
right,
correct?
and just pull it out.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So, can I ask you to put that on the grill for me? Mary?
Absolutely. Again, what temperature, Ralph?
350, 400 would be good.
All right, good.
It's pork. We can serve it the way you want it, anywhere from sort of medium rare to well done.
Great.
You don't see trick noses in pork anymore.
No, those are
Those days are gone.
That's right.
And finally, this is blackcurrant jelly from
Right.
the store, or if you get blackcurrant jam, you can strain all the seeds out
Right.
to make a jelly. And this is a little cassis, which is a blackcurrant liqueur, and I'm
Right.
going to add a little bit to it. It gives me an excuse to have
Great.
liqueur on the show, and it
And
gives
we're
a
going to
little
brush that, are we?
gives a little flavor to it. And I'm going to ask you if you could sort of brush that on the pork, if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay.
And this is high sugar, so it sort of it burns a little bit, so it sort of gives that brown,
Right.
charred, colored, gives a really nice
Oh,
color
what a
and
nice
great
aroma.
flavor.
Nice
So-
aroma. Okay.
As we turn it, we can
I will.
sort of brush it a little more, then turn it a little more, and brush it a little more.
Let's let that cook.
That's a good idea.
Okay. We'll be right back. Ralph, I think I'm ready to pull the pork.
Okay,
Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look lovely?
that looks pretty good.
Does look nice, doesn't it? Oof. And our onions are done.
Can you take one of those onions and let's just put it here at the end of this plate,
Fan it.
if you can. That way
Watch
you get
this.
burnt and I don't.
I know. Story of my life. How's that look, Ralph?
I think that was pretty good.
Proud of me? Do you want another one at the other end?
No. One is just nice. We'll take
Alrighty.
it here and fan it.
Very
And
nice.
This is just a salsa. We've taken a little of the mango and we've chopped it and add a little of the
Okay.
herb to it. And we're just gonna, just for color on the plate, that's
very
all it
nice.
is. And then
Very nice.
we're gonna take this pork and we're gonna cut it on the bias. That means across the angle to
Yep.
you. Okay. And
Oh,
doesn't that look
Ralph. Look at that, kids. Isn't that beautiful?
great? See that?
Oh, that looks nice.
Okay,
You see
so-
the currants and everything.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Beautiful.
put that down. And the other one, we're gonna cut into a couple of pieces to make it a little easier to serve.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll put
That's
that
beautiful,
one
Ralph.
down that way, and that one down that way.
Oof. I can't wait till we eat this. Look at that.